are at stage 11, and we are at paragraph page 1011. Okay,
Yes.
1011. Okay, and our last headword was merely, new word type of
Really.
lesson. Okay, so let's start with our revision. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Writing a cover letter. Okay, so what do we mean by a cover letter? What do we mean by a cover letter? By a cover letter,
By a cover
we mean
letter,
a formal letter
we mean
that we send
a formal letter
along
that
with
we
our
send
CV
along with our CV.
when we apply for a job.
When we apply
For a job.
new or a job,
Wait, okay, one moment. Let me reconnect. Okay, better connection
okay.
now.
Yeah,
Okay, next. What are the three main reasons for writing a cover letter? What are the three main reasons for writing a cover letter? The three main reasons
the three
for
means
writing
this since that
for
cover letter
writing
or
a
writing
cover letter
a cover
are
letter
to say which
are
job
to say which
we're
job
applying for,
we're applying
to
for,
persuade the reader
to persuade
that
the
our
reader
CV
that our
is
CV
worth reading,
is worth reading,
and to let them know
and to let them
our
know
availability
our availability
for interview.
or interview.
Ragged, when writing an application letter or email to someone called David Jones, for example, how should we start the letter? Dear David Jones, or Dear Mr. Jones? When writing an application letter or email to someone called David Jones, for example, how should we start the letter? Dear David Jones, or Dear Mr. Jones? When we're writing
When we are
an
writing
application
an
letter
application
or
letter
email
or
to
email
someone
to
called
someone
David
called
Jones,
David
for
Jones,
example,
for
we should
example,
start the
we should
letter
start the
with
letter
Dear Mr.
with
Jones.
Dear Mr. Jones.
Very good. How can we start the letter if we don't know the person's name? How can we start the letter if we don't know the person's name? If we don't
If
know
we
the
don't know
person's name,
the person's
we
name,
can start the
we can
letter
start the
with
letter
Dear Sir
with Dear Sir
or Madam.
or Madam.
Well, what's the first piece of information we should put in a cover letter? What's the first piece of information we should put in a cover letter? The first piece
The first piece
of information
of
we
information
should put
we
in
should
a
put
cover letter
in a cover
is
letter
why we're
is
writing.
why
Why
is
we're
why we are writing.
Greg, give me some examples. Give me some examples, please. I am writing
I
to
am writing
apply
to
for the
apply
application
for the
for
application
the position of.
to position of.
I am writing to
I am writing
inquire
to
whether
inquire
you have
whether
any
you have
vacancies.
any vacancy.
Greg, what else should we say in the introduction paragraph? What else should we say in the introduction paragraph? In the
In
introduction
the
paragraph,
introduction paragraph,
we should also
we
say
should also say
where and when
where and
we
when
saw the
we
advert
saw the advert
for the position,
for the
if
position,
appropriate.
if appropriate.
Very good. In the main paragraph of the letter, how can we persuade the reader to consider our application? In the main paragraph of the letter, how can we persuade the reader to consider our application? In the main
In the
paragraph
main
of the
paragraph
letter,
of the
we
letter,
can persuade
we
the
can
reader
persuade the
to
reader
consider our
to consider
application
our application
by highlighting
by
and
highlighting
summarizing
and summarizing
any particularly
any particularly
relevant experience
relevant
and
experience
skills
and
from
skills
our CV,
from our CV,
and by showing
and by showing
enthusiasm for
enthusiasm
the company and job.
for their company and job.
What else can we do? What else can we do? We can mention
We can
any
mention
relevant
any
abilities
relevant
and
abilities,
personal qualities we
personal
have.
qualities we have.
How should we conclude the letter? How should we conclude the letter? We should conclude
We should
the letter
conclude the
by
letter
thanking the
by
company
thanking the company
for considering
or
our
considering
application
our
and
application
mentioning our
and mentioning
availability,
how
our
how
availability
our availability
for interview.
or interview.
If we've used a name at the start of the letter, how should we finish it? If we've used a name at the start of the letter, how should we finish it? we've
If
used
we
a
will
name
use
at the
a
start
name
of the
at the
letter,
start of the
we should
letter,
finish it
we should finish
with
it
yours
with
sincerely.
yours sincerely.
And how should we finish if we haven't used a name at the start? And how should we finish if we haven't used a name at the start? If we haven't
If
used
we
a
haven't
name
used a
at the
name
start,
at the
we
start,
should finish
we
with
should finish
yours
with
faithfully.
yours faithfully.
Very good. Do you agree that mobile phone use on trains should be restricted to a limited number of coaches? Do you agree that mobile phone use on trains should be restricted to a limited number of coaches? Yes or no?
Yes,
I agree
I
that
agree that
mobile phone use
mobile phone
on
use
trains
on
should be
trains
restricted
should be
to a limited
restricted, limited
to a limited
to a limited
number of coaches.
number of coaches.
Right, and if such a regulation were established, do you think most people would comply with it? And if such a regulation were established, do you think most people would comply with it? Yes or no?
Yes,
If such a
if
regulation
such a
were
regulation
established,
were
I
established,
think most
I
people
think most
would
people
comply with
would
it.
comply with it.
Very good. When do people usually frown? When do people usually frown? People usually
People
frown
usually frown
when they feel
when
annoyed,
they feel annoyed,
when they're confused,
when they are
or
confused,
when they're
or when they are
concentrating hard.
concentrating hard.
Very good. Give me an example of the expression out of the question. Give me an example of the expression out of the question, please. I'm sorry. You
I'm
can't
sorry,
borrow
you
my
can't
car.
borrow my car.
It's totally out
It's
of the
totally
question.
out of the
You've
question.
had too
You've
many
had too
accidents.
many accidents.
Very good. If you'd finished using a barbecue but the fire was still glowing, would you put it out with water, for example, or wait for it to go out on its own? If you've finished using a barbecue but the fire was still glowing, would you put it out with water, for example, or wait for it to go out on its own? If I'd
If
finished
I'd
using
finished
a barbecue
using a
but
barbecue,
the fire
but
was
the
still
fire
glowing,
still growing,
I'd
I'd put it
out with
out
water.
with the water.
I won't wait for it. Remember? I
I,
won't wait for
I
it
won't wait for it
to go out on its
to
own.
go out on its own.
Yeah, it will take a long time. Very good. Okay, if a boxer manages to knock his opponent down easily in both the first and second round, can he reasonably expect to be able to knock him out fairly soon after? If a boxer manages to knock his opponent down easily in both the first and second round, can he reasonably expect to be able to knock him out fairly soon after? Yes or no?
Yes,
If a
if
boxer
a
manages
boxer
to knock
manages
his
to
opponent
knock
down
his own opponent down
easily in both
easily in
the
both
first and
the
second
first
round,
of the second
the
round,
first and second round,
first and second
he
round,
can
he
reasonably
can
expect
reasonably
to
expect
be able
to be
to knock
able
him out
to knock him out
fairly soon after.
very soon after.
Very good. What do we mean by a knockout competition? What do we mean by a knockout competition? By a knockout
By a knockout
competition, we
competition,
mean
we
one
mean
that consists
one that
of
consists
different rounds
of different
and
rounds,
where only
in only
the winner of each
the winner
match
of each match
goes through
goes through
to the next round.
to the next round.
Very good. Name me some types of vehicle. Name me some types of vehicles, please. Some types of
Some
vehicles
types of
are
vehicles
cars,
are cars,
vans, lorries,
vans, lorries,
motorbikes,
motorbikes,
horse-drawn carts,
horse-drawn carts,
etc.
etc.
Very good. Okay. Why do some lorries have long vehicle written on the rear ends? Why do some lorries have long vehicle written on the rear ends? Some lorries
Some
have
lorries
long
have
vehicle
long
written
vehicle
on the rear
written on
ends.
the rear
Rear
ends
ends to indicate
to
to the
indicate
vehicles
to vehicles
coming behind
coming
that it
behind
will be
that
difficult
it will be
to
difficult
overtake.
to overtake.
Very good. Would you say learning to cook was merely a matter of following recipes? Would you say learning to cook was merely a matter of following recipes? Yes or no?
No,
I wouldn't say
I wouldn't
learning
say
to cook
learning
was
to cook
merely
was
a
merely
matter of
a
following
matter of
recipes.
following recipes.
Very good. And that's the end of our revision.
Yeah.
Yep, very fast. Let's have new word. Okay, repeat. Principal,
Principle,
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 melody.
melody.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word principal is an adjective. It means most important. For example, we spell the word principal in the following sentence. The principal melody in this piece of music is known all around the world. Principal. Principle is a noun. It means a moral rule or belief that helps you know what is right and wrong and that influence your actions. For example, we spell the word principle in the following sentence. My basic principle in life is to treat everybody with respect. Principle. The word melody is a noun. It means a pleasing series of musical notes that form the main part of a song or piece of music. For example, Beethoven wrote a piece that includes some beautiful melodies. Let's practice. How do we spell the word principle in the following sentence? The principal melody in this piece of music is known all around the world. How do we spell the word principal in the following sentence? The principal melody in this piece of music is known all around the world. We spell
We
the
spell
word
the
principal
word
in the
principal
following
in the
sentence.
following
The
sentence.
principal
The
melody
principal
in this
melody
piece of
in this
music
piece of
is known in this piece
it,
of
it
music.
is a piece of music.
What? In this piece of
In this
music
piece of
is
music
known all
is
around the
known
world.
all around the world.
P R I N
P R I N
C I
C
P A
I
L.
P A L.
Very good. How do we spell the word principle in the following sentence? My basic principle in life is to treat everybody with respect. How do we spell the word principle in the following sentence? My basic principle in life is to treat everybody with respect. We spell
We
the word
spell the
principle
word
in
principle
the following
in the
sentence.
following
My
sentence.
basic
My
principle
basic
in life
principle in
is to
life
treat
is to
everybody
treat
with respect.
everybody with
P
respect.
R I N
P R I N
C I P
C
L
I
E.
P L E.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Bride,
Right.
groom.
Room.
Okay, sometimes the groom is called bridegroom. Okay, listen. The word bride is a noun. It is a woman who has just married or is about to be married. Groom or bridegroom is a noun. It is a man who has just married or is about to be married. For example, we call a woman and a man on their wedding day the bride and the groom, or the bride and the bridegroom. Let's practice. What do we call a woman and man on their wedding day? What do we call the woman and man on their wedding day? We call a woman
We call
and
a
a
woman
man
and
on
a
their
man
wedding day
on their wedding
the
day
bride and
that
groom,
the bride and groom
or bride and
or bride
bridegroom.
or bridegroom.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Orchestra,
Orchestra.
violin,
Violin.
trumpet,
Trumpet.
flute.
Flute.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word orchestra is a noun. It is a group of musicians who usually play classical music together and who are led by a conductor. Violin is a noun. It is a wooden musical instrument with four strings that are held against the neck and played by moving a bow across a string. Trumpet is a noun. It is a brass musical instrument that you blow into that has three buttons which you press to play different notes. Flute is a noun. It is a musical instrument that is shaped like a thin pipe and that is played by blowing across a hole near one end. For example, some instruments that we commonly hear in an orchestra are violin, trumpet, flute, etc. Okay, let's practice. Name some instruments that we commonly hear in an orchestra. Name some instruments that we commonly hear in an orchestra, please. Some
Some
instruments that we
instruments
commonly
that we
hear
commonly
in
hear
an
in
orchestra
an
are
orchestra
violin,
are violin,
trumpet,
trumpet,
flute, etc.
flute, etc.
Very good. Again, next repeat. On behalf of.
On behalf of.
Very good. Okay, listen. On behalf of means as a representative of someone. For example, Steve thanked the managers on behalf of all the players in the team. Let's practice. Make a sentence with the words on behalf of. Make a sentence with the words on behalf of, please. Steve thanked the
If
manager.
he thanked of the
Like
manager,
the name of a guy, Steve. Steve thanked
Steve thanked
the manager
the
on
manager
behalf
on
of
behalf
all the
of
players
all the
in the
players
team.
in the team.
Very good. Next, repeat site
S-
with the letter S. Site.
Site, site,
Very
site.
good. Okay, so site spelled as SITE is a noun. By a site, we mean the place where something was, or something is, or something will be, like a building. For example, some large offices buildings have restaurants on site, like at the vicinity. The word site is also used to refer to a website. For example, if you want to choose a teacher to have a class with, you can visit our website at www.nativecom.net. Let's practice. What do we mean by a site? What do we mean by a site? By a site,
By a
we
site,
mean the place
we mean the
where
place
something was,
where something was,
is, or will be.
is, or will be.
Right? Do some large office buildings have restaurants on site? Do some large office
The
buildings have
summarize.
uh, one
Yes,
more?
sorry.
Do some large office buildings have restaurants on site? Yes.
Yes,
Some large
some
office
large
buildings
office building
have restaurants
have a
on site.
restaurant on site.
Very good. What else is the word site used to refer to? What else is the word site used to refer to? The word site
The word
is also
site
used
is also
to
used
refer to a
to
website.
refer to a website.
Very good. Next, repeat. Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Burst out laughing.
Burst out laughing.
Very good. Okay, listen. Hilarious is an adjective. It means very funny. For example, Mr. Bean is a comedy movie. Some people don't like his comedy, though, but I think he's hilarious. Okay, burst out laughing is a verb. It means to begin laughing suddenly and intensely. For example, when people find something hilarious, they burst out laughing. Let's practice. When people find something hilarious, what do they do? When people find something hilarious, what do they do? When people find
When people find
something hilarious,
something
they
hilarious,
burst out
they
laughing.
burst out laughing.
Very good. Next, repeat. Survey,
Survey,
research,
research,
crucial,
crucial,
project.
project.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word survey is a noun. It is a form of research that involves asking many people questions in order to discover facts or option or opinions. For example, if a solution to a problem is difficult to determine, an opinion survey on the issue should be conducted to find out who among the members agree. The word research is a noun. It means a careful study that is done to find and report new knowledge about something. For example, recent research indicates that death rates for lung cancer are dropping at a faster pace than in previous years. Crucial is an adjective. It means extremely important. For example, it's crucial for companies to carry out customer surveys as it provides them with important information for new or existing projects, such as development of products and services. The word project is a noun. It means a planned piece of work that has a specific purpose, such as to find information or to make something new, and that usually requires a lot of time. For example, a research project. Let's practice. What's a survey? What's a survey? A survey
A
is a
survey
form of
is a
research
form of
that
research
involves
that involves
asking many people
asking many
questions
people
in
questions
order to
in
discover
order
facts
to discover facts
or opinions.
or opinions.
Very good. Why is it crucial for companies to carry out customer surveys? Why is it crucial for companies to carry out customer surveys? It's crucial
It's
for
crucial
companies
for companies
to carry out
to carry out
customer surveys
to customer
as it
surveys
provides them
as it provides
with
them
important information
important
for
information
new or
or new
existing
or
projects,
existing project,
such as the
such
development
as the
of
development
products and
or
services.
products and services.
Very good. Okay, so now please get your book and open to page 1013.
Yes.
Okay, and
Okay.
let's start answering word pool 2 revision exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, so for each sentence below, choose one word from the word pool that fits correctly in the gap. Okay, start with number 1.
Okay. Number one, the boxer was so exhausted to punch.
Very good. Punch.
Punch.
Number 2.
Number two, dominate.
Dominate. Very good. Number 3.
Number three, passive,
Perceive.
perceive,
Very good. Number 4.
knit,
Knit. Very good. Number 5.
prohibit,
Prohibit. Very good. Number 6.
insert,
Illustrate.
illustrate,
Illustrate. Very
illustrate,
good. Like
yeah,
means to draw. Like number 7.
yeah, yell,
Yell. Very good.
yeah,
Number 8.
number 8, demolish,
Demolish. Very good.
demolish,
Number 9.
lose,
Loath. Very good. It means hate. Number 10.
but the insert,
Insert. Very good. 11.
stab,
Stab. Very good. 12.
spray,
Spray. Very good. 13.
dial,
Uh-huh. Very good. 14.
tease,
Very good. And 15.
grieve,
Very good. Okay, so perfect answer. Very good. Okay, so now let's continue new work. Okay.
okay,
Okay, so let's have common verb suffixes, like things that we add at the end. Common verb suffixes. Okay, so listen. Some common suffixes we use to form verbs are en, ify, ize or ise, and ate. For example, from the word hard, we can make the verb harden. From the word simple, we can make the verb simplify. From standard, we can make the verb standardize. And from active, we can make activate. Okay, some other examples are soften, ripen, identify, etc. Okay, let's practice. Make a sentence containing a verb with a suffix en. Make sentences containing a verb with a suffix en, please. He uses
the
a
uses,
special cream
a special,
to a special cream
special cream
to soften her
to
skin.
suffer her skin.
Very good. When a banana ripens,
Mhm.
yeah, when a
Ra-
banana,
When the banana,
when a banana
when a
ripens,
banana
ripens,
ripens,
it turns yellow.
it turns yellow.
Very good. Make sentences containing a verb with a suffix ify. Make sentences containing a verb with a suffix ify, please. It was easy
It was
for the
easily
police
for the police
to identify
to
him
identify him
as the main,
as the
as
main,
the man
as the
they
man
were searching for.
they were searching for.
I have to notify
I have to
my bank
notify my
that my
bank
address
that my
has
address
changed.
as stage
Has changed.
as change.
Very good. Make sentences containing a verb with a suffix ize. Make sentences containing a verb with a suffix ize, please. By making this
By
a
making this
non-smoking
a
area,
non-smoking
we
area,
can
we
minimize
can
the risk
minimize
of fire.
a risk of fire.
When the office
When the
was
office
computerized,
was computerized,
several members
several
of staff
members of staff
lost their jobs.
lost their jobs.
We could make sentences containing a verb with a suffix ate. Make sentences containing a verb with a suffix ate, please. He owns two
He
cars
owns two
and
cars
alternates
and
between them.
alternate between them.
The government
The
should
government
regulate
should
this
regulate
industry
this
more
industry
carefully.
more carefully.
Very good. Next, repeat. Initial.
Initial,
Initially.
initially,
Amaze.
amaze,
Amazing.
amazing.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word initial can be a noun and an adjective. As a noun, initial means the first letters of each of a person's name. For example, my initials are AR. As an adjective, initial mean occurring at the beginning of something first. For example, my initial reaction was to say no, but I eventually agreed to help. Initially is the adverb of initial. It means at the beginning. For example, initially I didn't like my new flatmate, but now I get on well with her. Amaze is a verb. To amaze means to surprise and fill someone with wonder. For example, the average student's initial reaction to the Callan method is to be amazed by the speed of the lesson. Amazing is an adjective. It means causing great surprise or wonder. For example, I think the elephant is the most amazing animal in the world. Okay, so We'll stop there for
So,
today. Very good,
yes.
but very
Yeah.
good practice for
Yeah.
today. Thank you very much.
Thank
See
you.
you